disturbing discovery in a Plantation canal. The volunteer search team believes to have found the remains of a mother and her daughter who vanished 50 years ago. Take a look at these heartbreaking pictures. You're going to see here they have pictures of clothes and toys of that 3-year-old. NBC6 reporter Laura Rodriguez is live from Plantation tonight with the latest on this cold case. Laura.
And this investigation was a joint effort by Plantation Police, the BSO dive team, and Sunshine State Sonar. And that volunteer search team tells me it was very emotional once they realized a child's remains were in that vehicle.
We had absolutely no doubts 100% at that time who it is that we had just found.
It was this Fisher-Price toy and the taillights of a Chevrolet Impala that led Michael Sullivan to alert Plantation Police Saturday. Sunshine State Sonar has been looking for Caren and Doris Wurst in Broward County waterways for a little more than a year.
The vehicle was so brittle. I mean, as soon as we touched it, my finger went right through the metal.
Doris Wurst and her 3-year-old daughter lived about 5 miles from the canal at a mobile home park. They disappeared in November of 1974, along with Doris's Chevy Impala. On Sunday, the BSO dive team recovered the skeletal remains of an adult and a small child inside an Impala near Broward Boulevard and Nob Hill Road. The child's toys and clothing were also recovered, almost intact, 50 years later.
Me and my brother just looked at each other, and that was a pretty emotional moment because it was, to us, it was almost like that was Caren saying, "I'm here, you got me."
Sullivan says the meticulous work by BSO divers was nothing short of miraculous. According to the volunteer diver, all of the windows were rolled up in the vehicle, leading to the recovery of the remains and so many items.
You know, if those windows were down, who knows? You know, who knows what would have happened? Their bodies could have floated out of the vehicle.
Hours after the discovery of the adult and child, the volunteer team also found a Buick submerged in a nearby lake with the remains of an 83-year-old man who was reported missing in 2004.
When you bring closure to a family like this, it motivates you definitely to keep going.
Plantation Police tells me they're waiting on DNA and dental records to verify that these are the identities of Caren and Doris Wurst. They say, though, that they have contacted their family members, letting them know that there's a likelihood that their remains have been found. Reporting live in Plantation, I'm Laura Rodriguez, NBC6 News.